So Kessler elected to come in there with two Clark rocks in the top right, a little deeper than the tee line, but Bachek is sitting one, but behind the tee line. Oh, sorry, that red one is just a hair closer. So Clark sitting one, Bachek is sitting 2, 3, and 4. It looked like Clark wanted to come in and or take out those Bachek rocks by the way that the broom is situated. They're open enough. They're trying to keep this one straight, keep it off those two red, and they're going to hit their top guard, and it's going to skate. The shooter's going to roll out, and the guard's going to roll to the right-hand side, biting the 12. Kessler going to take this one out and punch it through that hole on the right-hand side here. A lot of people in the way here. I can't really see what's happening. I'm going to look at the overhead, and he's going to punch it through and just tick his back one, but it still says third shot. Actually lines it up a little bit better. A little harder to get doubles, little jammer action in the back. Final stone of the end coming here for Clark. He just needs to draw to the 4-foot, has backing. Looks like he feels more comfortable just nose hitting this one out. If Clark gets one here, that's mission accomplished for Bachek. Force him to one. Take that hammer over. They haven't had hammer. Bachek hasn't had hammer yet. Out of the hand, looked pretty good. They think it's tight because they're sweeping it straight. Now they're going to let it curl. Spencer's going to get on it here. It looks heavy. It might roll a bit. And it's going to roll. And that's going to be another steal of one for Bachek. Again, As we start the third end here, Team Bachek up 2-0 after 2 single-point steals in the first and the second. Max put up a beauty centerline guard tight to the rings. Clark tried to come around, left it a little wide. Now Max has an opportunity to hit and roll under. Looks a little wide. They're going to start scrubbing that one over. Don't think it's going to make it over. It's going to make it enough to hit it, but it's going to hit and roll out. Clark now asking to come around again with their second lead shot. Looking good. They got decent, some scrubbing and some off, and it's going to tuck around really nice. Fully buried, full 4-foot. Very nice shot. Dylan has to come around, and he does, and sits in the 8-foot, fully buried, but behind the tee line. Clark wants one on top of their own. Nice delivery here by Spencer, and looks good because they were scrubbing it a bit. It's going to sit just off of itself, kind of roll it to the open. Double possibility here if they can peel that one out. Oh, they're going to do the run back Tuesday practice here. Dylan on the broom. Andrew scrubbing to keep that one straight. It's going to over curl, but at least gets the peel, opens that front end up. They called for a tight guard. Looking a little heavy. It's going to enter into the rings and settle right in to both of them. We probably can't get all three, but if we get some big weight, you're going to knock a few of them around anyway. Andrew here with double, triple call. Just want to get some movement there. He's going to hit one. One's going to go. One's going to move to the back, but it does open them all up. Call here is a nose hit on that blue. They are wide. I'm going to try to scrub that back. If they hit it, it's going to possibly go back on their own. Take their own out and then set our blue right on top of their red. Yeah. Kessler gets lucky there. He says, Andrew, let's take this red out and then we can force them to only one if possible. No extra reds in there. Out of the hand. Looks good. Dylan's scrubbing that one straight. They might wick off their own.
It's okay.
Oh, that rolls. That'll work out all right, I guess. Give them a double opportunity though.
Should have thrown an 8.
Waller here trying run back double. They're trying to scrub that one over. It's probably not going to get over far enough. Oh, yes it does. Double for them. Very nice shot. Leaves a really tight double here for Kessler, but he's got to get one at least anyway. Kessler out of the hands here. Dylan trying to keep it straight. Worst case scenario is... Oh, that is... Actually, that's going to curl over nice. Oh, bumps it a bit. But it sticks around. Could have used a hair, a little more curl on that, and it would have punched it a bit, but not bad. Evan here with his first. Evan gonna split the rings here, I believe. Keep away from that double opportunity, but he comes out heavy. They don't even touch it. Wish we had a time on this, but It's starting to slow down, but the sweepers walk beside it. Andrew gets up to the line, and he sweeps as hard as he can. And it's going to stop for second shot. So Kessler going to try for a flat double here, at least get one gone. If you can, roll as far over to the other side as you want. Or he's actually just calling a roll right in front of his own. That will allow him to be shot rock with a jam possibility. So I think that's his thought pattern. Hit and roll to the right in front of his own blue. Then Evan's going to have to either pick that one out for two or draw for one. Got Dylan on it here to scrub it over. It looks good. He's going to hit. Nose hit. But it still does sit shot. So Evan now has just a nose hit for two. He has hit nose or to the inside center line side of that rock to flop in for two. Bachek sits 1 and 3. Evan Clark sits 2. So that one on the left-hand side, the blue one that they're going to shoot at, his first shot. One way over on the right-hand side, sitting in the back 12, about the 8-foot line. His second shot, and then the one right between Waller's legs there is his third shot. This one's looking good. Oh, but it's going to start curling here. They got to keep it straight. That looks good. Nose hit for two. So Clark with a nice nose hit there, little flop to the inside for 2 in the third end, ties it up at 2. Bachek now has hammer for the first time of the game. They're calling here for a centerline guard. It's going to be a high guard if it gets across that hog line.
Hit the invisible wall.
Whose kids that? They're buying drinks.
I'll say that exactly to everyone else.
It's always the lead's fault because they're trying to put up those high guards and Max now asked for a corner guard here. Andrew plowing it. Great guard here. Very nice corner guard there. Clark elects to try the centerline guard, this time a little tighter to the rings. This centerline guard's coming in nice, might over curl a bit, but it's going to be useful later on. It's going to curl just off the center line and just into the rings. Makes it eligible for a hit. Kessler says, Max, let's hit this one and then roll under. Oh, no, he's going to ignore that one, and he's just going to ask for a draw around that corner guard. Set up some secondary scoring here. Early in the end, you want those ones in the wings so that your final shot is for something in the middle with those ones on the outside as your secondary scoring for 2, 3, 4. Good sweeping here from the boys. They're in a little bit, out a little bit. Now we're curling that one underneath. Great little draw here right on top of the center line. Half buried. Clark gonna hit this one and maybe roll under. They're maybe get a nose hit here. Oh no, it's gonna be nose and straight back. Kessler calls board weight. He wants a hit and roll inside for Dylan. Andrew keeping this one straight. Nice little scrub here. It's going to hit and just roll a quarter in. Lays open in the open there for Clark to do something as well. A little bit of a scrub here to help that one curl. They're going to hit, and it's going to roll all the way out by the looks of it.
how to make work project for you.
Some other scores around the rink here is last few rocks in the fourth end for Duncan over J.A. Clark, the other Clark team. Duncan's up 11-0 after 3 ends playing in the fourth. And Lushik's beating Van Hinderberg, or whatever their last name is. And it is 11-0 after 4. Clark trying to come in, but looks like they're going to wick this guard up front, which is a bonus for Bachek because he'll punch that one in. From the overhead, it might look like that red one is just in. From our camera view, you can see a little bit of white underneath, but with the curvature of the rock, that looks like it's actually in. Kessler says, let's just go behind it then. Andrew here with a draw in behind that red, sitting on the top of the 12. Must be light because both boys are scrubbing. Dylan trying to keep it straight, Max helping him out. It's going to be well short. And they're going to get off of it so they don't bump that red in much more. That red is in for sure now. Clark now has that open hit and hopefully going to roll under the left-hand 2 that are sitting there. Nice shot here. Might be a little heavy. It might over-roll. They just get it enough. They're going to wick it out. And they lose the shooter. Ask Andrew to do the same thing. He's going to come around these 2 guards now. Hopefully be T-line or above if they can. But fully buried is the goal. Above the T-line so that Clark cannot come around and sit on top of it and be shot rock. They're on it hard again out of the hand. Looks like they give up on it. Try to curl that one over and Evan now going to try to do what Team Bachek was trying to do, come around those guards. Now there's 3 of them, so that even makes it more difficult. It's going to be the chase race here. Who can get behind those guards buried? And again, looks like it might be light. They got both guys scrubbing it as hard as they can. It looks like it's going to make the rings, but it might be open. It's just full 12 foot. I don't know if they're going to hit that or they're just going to probably just come around it. guess they're going to give it a go to come around.
What the hell?
So out of the hand again. Both boys hard on it. It's tight. Looks like it's going to be on that red. Got to get a wick off. But it's going to sit shot. We got about the same view as you guys do. Actually, the camera's got a better view. They're trying to hold this one straight. It hits their own. Just punches it out. Bachek has an open draw to the 8-foot for 2. They're both on it out of the hands. Looks like it should have enough if they scrub it the whole way. They just need to touch the 8-foot. They're both going hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, there it is, 2. We'll give that extra point to Max. We'll give 1 point to Max, 1 point to Dylan for that one. Good sweeping, boys. 4-2 Bachek after 4, 4th end break. Great center line guard there from Max. That one's showing about 5-6 feet out from the rings. On the overhead camera, the oblonged overhead camera. Evan electing to come around that one. Really nice around the guard. It's going to sit full 4 foot. Might be a hair out the other side. You can see about half of it there in your screen.
Thank you, though. Thank you.
Tried the run back, but they got rid of their guard. Clark calling here for a guard on their one that's sitting top 4 on the center line. Very nice guard. Try to get it over just a bit. There it is. Kessler asking Dylan to come around that guard and sit on the side of that red and the 4. Again, really light. A lot of people having a hard time with the draw weight today. That's going to just touch that guard and move it in.
Yeah.
Clark going to try coming around as well. Same shot Dylan was just asked to do. Sweepers were on it and off it, on it and off it. Now they're just watching it. Must be fairly close. It's a little wide. It's going to go all the way back and about 2 inches out the back. Kessler asked for peel here. There's about a rock and a half difference between those two. Peels his zone out and rolls to the corner and out of play. So Lucic takes the game here on sheet 5 versus Van den Eden. We'll figure that pronunciation out before we play them on Saturday night. Spencer Orzik here with his second, trying to come around again. Very nice weight this time. Gonna sit right on the side of his own. They got 2 in the 4-foot now. But he's open. Kessler wants peel weight. Get that roll underneath. He's inside and gonna see if it makes it by that guard. Nope, he peels the guard off. Gets it open. Clark trying to guard their center line. It's going to be tight. Just in the rings and over curl a bit. Sitting in the 8-foot. So now we got another shot at Kessler says nose hit will take a double. Gonna let this one curl. Max is gonna help it. It's looking good. Oh, it over curled right at the last second.
Sure did.
Yeah.
It was looking like money.
Yeah, it took off as soon as it crossed the hog line there. It just made a good right-hand turn. Evan deciding how they're going to pick this one out. Or are they opting for something different? Clark lies 2. Third shot is that blue one on your right-hand side. Timeout, Clark. Clark electing to put another one in the house, or at least a guard here. Yeah, that's going to come right into that pocket. Guess they're going to nose hit that one and get 2 for sure. Max is asking if they're going big weight. I would assume they're getting pretty close to big weight. Dylan going to hold this one straight. That's going to be nice. Only one goes, and they lose the shooter. Looks like they're going to draw and tuck another one in there somewhere. Possibly behind the red one on the right by the position of the broom. And looking good here for Team Clark. Guys swept it a little bit there, but they're off now. Looks like good weight. Little straight, little off. It is just going to be a guard. It's going to sit third shot. Timeout Bachek, lots of options here. Kessler was looking at the triple, but in order to do that, it has to be perfect.
Yeah, if you hit the back
And
and roll under.
that top one is not a shot rock because of what's going on. Looks like they're lining that angle up. Other options are hit the back one and roll under a little bit, make him draw for 2, or bump for 2, but he is going for it. He's going to go for a nose hit on that one, drive it back for a possible 3, but a triple. I just don't think it's going to make it. They got to hit it at the perfect angle, got to hit it straight nose in order to get that to sliver off the one on the right hand side that you can see right behind Andrew's hand there.
Yeah.
That top one doesn't mean anything because the blue one's better, but our thought pattern was what happens if they pick out that blue one. Let this one, it might be, yeah, it's going to maybe get the other double. Sweep that one out. So Clark lies 2. They have a chance for an open draw for 2 now, or for 3. That was the danger of that shot. If you don't hit it exactly, semi-disaster. But gives Clark an option here or opportunity for 3. Take the lead. Do it. Both sweepers hard on it. He looks light. That blue one is about half a rock into the 12. Do they have enough to drag it, or is it going to be just 2? Just 2. They give up on it. Clark takes 2 to tie it up at 4-4 after 5 ends of play. Clark calling here for a centerline guard as we start this 6th end. Bachek with the hammer, tied at 4. Bachek with the hammer now in the even ends. That one's mid to high guard and just off the center line. Kessler says ignore that one. Let's put up a corner guard. This one looks a hair heavy as they walk beside it. Actually, it's not too bad. Just a hair over curled. It's guarding the 12 foot instead of the 8. Clark calling to come around their dart up the center. They're walking beside it. It looks a little heavy. Hits that hog line. Kessler going to get ready. It's going to stay in the house, I think, but going to be way deep. That's a full 12 foot. Kessler says, let's put one up in the wings behind their corner guard. Dylan plowing and keeping it clean. Now they're both going to sweep it and get a little curl on it. Looks pretty good. It should stop right on that tee line.
I figure someday you're going to have a helmet.
And it curls about half buried, just touching the tee. Nice shot, Max. Clark trying to take this one out. They're trying to hold it straight. Now they're off. They're going to get a roll to the center line side. And it's going to roll on out. Gives Dylan an opportunity to either put another one around the wings or they're going to come around that center line. Kessler did just touch right in front of that. He said top 4, and then he just touched that a freeze kind of attempt there. It must have been talking out there. I'm not too sure what the final call was going to be. Looks light. He's now calling it calling it on the top 4. Now it's going to look really, really good here. They just got to get it for shot rock, and they do. Full 8 foot, about 2/3 buried. Final score, or at least the game is over. They shook hands here on sheet 7 to the right of us, and Duncan takes that one. It was 11-1 playing in the 6th. I'm not sure what happened in the 6th, but it looked like it was a pretty clean end. Duncan had the hammer playing the scoreboard and keeping things clean. So they either got one with the hammer, which then gives them that win. This one here is looking pretty decent if they can stay off that guard. Note they just wicked the guard. Now they're going to try to roll that one in. It's going to roll in for 3rd shot. Oh, it might have actually rolled around for 2nd shot. Yep, probably 2nd shot. That one's just touching the 8, and this other one by Kessler's left foot was just full into the 12. Kessler asked Dylan for a board weight hit on that 2nd shot one. And you're going to roll underneath, or at least if they... That's really light. And it's curling. They might get off their blue here if they can get the right wick. Oh, that might sit right where he was going to try to freeze the last time. That rolls on out, and it's going to sit fourth shot rock. Bachek sitting 1 and 4. Clark sitting 2 and 3 shot rock. Clark here with a takeout. Try to hit it and roll underneath, but it looks like they're going to hit it and roll on out. That one's going to touch the boards. Clark now sitting 1-2. Bachek 3. They now want to hit that one on the top right. He's normal weight here for a takeout. They elect to go outside in, but it's light and Dylan's trying to hold it straight, but it might over curl, and it does. They give up on it. Clark now is going to elect to come around this corner guard on the left-hand side. Very nice draw here from Waller. That's going to sit on the 4-foot. Kessler wants to hit that other one. Changes his mind to the one up on the 4-foot. Board weight, hit and roll under. Now I got to watch the camera because everybody's standing right in front of me. Dylan trying to hold this one straight as its weight is way down again. It is might hit the guard here. It's going to roll on over. Again, the weight was down. Over curled. Timeout, Clark. Evan gonna draw in here again, or at least guard. Looked light out of the hands, but they're sweeping it. Trying to guard that run back is maybe what their plan is. That's gonna come into the rings, I think. At least they're trying to get it there. It's gonna stop just ahead. Kessler's gonna come around these two that are up the left-hand side of the forefoot. Out of the hand, both boys are sweeping hard, so it must be light. Yeah, now he's saying easy. So they're scrubbing it. Get some wick, so at least they have an angle now. Another one just a hair light. Couple options there. Looking at guard that run back. It looks like they got the broom put down to come around that Bachek blue rock sitting on the center line just in front of the house. They're scrubbing it. It's gonna over curl and be very, very high. Timeout, Bachek. So Clark is lying 3 currently. The plan here, by the looks of it, is to draw around, put it on the button for the show, or at least the forefoot to score 1. Dylan was cleaning it. Now they're just walking beside it. It's going to be heavy. It's going to eliminate any of the rocks. No, steal a 3 for Clark. Clark bounces off their own, has 2 in the house. Kessler needs 1 buried behind their corner guard and the wings on the left-hand side. Very nice draw for Max in behind here. Gonna be just touching the 8-foot, but buried behind that guard. You can see maybe a quarter of it there. Be hard to get to it, but very tight and with any kind of weight to get it out. Evan asking Spencer here to put one down the center.
We could drop you off.
There's tried for a double with board weight, but actually doesn't turn out too bad. You got two buried behind the left-hand side here. On your screen, it looks like one rock almost, but removes one rock, leaves two. Clark rocks up the middle. Evan deciding here what the best option is, as he's got a couple in. Got first and second rock or shot rock, but Bachek actually has some nice ones down the middle. He's saying, okay, let's guard these two that we have, then make Bachek start peeling things. So probably a good option. Make Bachek waste a few rocks. Clark puts up a nice guard there, about 3 rock lengths out front of the house. Covers one fully and leaves one hanging out there.
Like the idea is great, but do you have to do like this whole thing? So you have to start it all.
You can see just over half, probably about 60%, deciding what they're going to do here.
It would make no sense to start a volcano because
Just called board weight again,
what are your notes? What's the normal,
with probably normal ice. I think this is,
right? Because this is
they're going to have to keep this one straight if Dylan does hit the broom, or if he's anywhere tight. He's way inside. Oh, and that one's going to push right through there too. Got lucky there. Again, the weight was way down. And he slid inside and kept it there. Clark puts up another really nice high guard.
like there's no story because it's not.
It's okay, but you should gotta get more right. Igneous. Igneous.
And he punches that one through and just rolls off the center line. Clark going for another guard here. And that one is hogged. Opens up the door for Bachek here to have a double. I think he has to hit it just on the broom side of center or nose to make that double. Just called normal weight here. Dylan's going to need to be on this one. Now they're calling curl, so it must have fell out. Oh yeah, it did. They got it, and he noses it, but he gets the one, but sticks around, so that's ultimate bonus there. Clark's still lying shot rock, but Bachek does have three in the outside wings, so being down by 3, and this possibly being the final end.
I think that was
that could be semi-good news for Bachek. Evan going to try to come around this guard that's just off the left-hand side of the center line. They haven't touched it out of the hand. They're trying to get it buried around this really high blue one on the left-hand side. About a mid-guard. Looks fairly good. Andrew out there, or Kessler out there to sweep it. And that's going to just roll out the back about 2.5 inches. Again, opens the door here now for Kessler. He's got to hit and roll underneath. Or, worst case scenario, hit and roll to the open. Make them chase it, because you already got 3 in the wings. But probably roll under is the call. Dylan trying to keep this one straight. He's going to get a roll to the outside. He's going to hit it, but don't think he might stick around. He does not stick around, so no possible win here. But Evan going to try to figure out what they can do. Timeout. What can they do to make sure they don't, or that they either go around behind that and make them chase it, or at least eliminate one and roll to the inside, so that worst case scenario is a hit and stick for a tie.
What are you looking at? Can I see?
Looks like the call now is to come around that high guard on the left-hand side. The thought pattern there is if they can bury it, it's pretty hard to get it out. then that way we'll ensure them not even the tie. Out of the hands. I think the weight's good. It's now starting to turn. They swept it a little bit. Now they're going to start curling that underneath. Oh, and it died. It didn't even make it. So now an open draw for the win, because we more than likely will not be playing another end. So I think now it's keep that broom down and keep it clean. Look like that. They're saying it might have picked here behind me. Kessler takes a deep breath here in the hack. Needs any part of the paint for the win. Max has the broom down. Looks pretty good weight. No, they're off. That's coming into my screen on the overhead. It's going to sit just back of the button for 4. That's more than likely going to be the game.
And then he's there the whole time. He was on his phone, like he didn't really ever watch. He's just
So like basically like starts off as a little kid, like rocks it out like again. And then the next starts like 5 years later, he's like taking his sedimentary rock and building and then 5 years later him like AJ.
Well, folks, they're still out there. So I guess we are going to play another end.
Jason, what did they say about time?
So I'm getting in trouble from the crowd around here too, going, why did you think that they were going to be done? And it was not by anything that I knew the rules. It was by that I was trying to read lips and sign language of what they were going to do. But we're now playing in the 8th and final end. Well, at least the 8th end. Bachek puts up a center guard. Nice high center guard here by Max, touching that center line. 5 rock, no tick rule this weekend in this U18 event.
No, I'm good, thank you. And then another share is sunshine on the rocks or like the heat and whatever pressure. You know what I'm saying?
They probably do because there's not. Otherwise, there's not enough.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Evan electing to come around this center line guard.
I can look at it first.
They need a score of 2 to win with the hammer. This one's really light. We might have a tick off the center line here. If it makes it.
They changed the floors.
It is not going to make it. They stop sweeping. Now we got kind of like a stagger guard there.
It fell in the hole.
Kessler wants to put one top of the button.
Looks heavy out of the hand. Lots of rotation too, so it's going to skate.
Actually, it looks pretty good. It was just a hair wide. It's going to touch the button. Half buried. Nice shot, actually. Had me wondering when the sweepers were just walking with it. Now that everybody moved out of the way there for half a second, I can see that it is one rock open. It's on the right-hand side of the line. All the other guards are on the other side. Comes out, and they're trying to scrub that one over. It's probably going to get there. It just might roll on out. Nope, just a half or a full rock rollover. Now Dylan here with a hit and roll under cover is the call. Kessler yelling out there. Now off. Max scrubbed it enough. And no roll. Clark here with a hit and roll under. They might roll too far. Kessler's going to scrub this one almost out.
I would look at this kid and it's like his neck muscles must be so. Because like this kid is like 6'7". Like he wasn't.
Draw here for Dylan.
And like he's 6 or 7.
Around
There's like 50.
those two. Sweepers are sweeping. Is it that late? It's hard to tell from here. Now it's good. They're off of it. It's just got to stop now. That's going to be right on the button. Just a hair back of the button. Touching the button, just a hair back of the pin. Spencer here following Dylan
Got a nice one.
in. Looking good. Might sit right on the pin. Oh, it's going to bump the Bachek rock back. Spin to the open a hair. So now Kessler says, let's do the same. Really just need to move that the red one back. I'm going to call it 2.5 feet so that there's some backing and not a chance to take out that blue rock. Need one steal here for Bachek to win this game. Clark needs one to tie. Oh, this is looking really, really nice. And just a little bit of a bump. Blue is sitting shot there, quarter on the button. Red is right down the middle of the forefoot.
Do you want proof? I'll get you.
Clark hoping to score 2 here. Trying to figure out how to do that with their red rocks. They need 2 to win, 1 to tie. A little bit of up weight here. They're a little wide. They're trying to scrub that back. Now straight. They're trying to just pick this one out if they can. Not. They're going to get a jam. So now that jams.
Hit and flop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the hit and flop, it's too tight.
No. Yeah. If you miss it, you. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I like guard.
Yeah, we got. Bachek has one in there. He just called a guard high.
Yeah.
Guarding that one. He wants it high.
Like high, yeah.
Like a big teddy bear is what I was envisioning. I was like, what is this? It's like not what I wanted.
That one's really light. Both boys are on it. Dylan trying to keep it straight. It's going to make it past the hog line. But is it going to over curl or not? If everybody gets out of the way, kind of over curled, leaving that red a little exposed. But if you draw a straight line from that red to the blue that is left at Kessler's hip there, you got some jam possibilities. It was a nice weight for the guard, just probably a little tight on the broom. Over curled and allowed this one. He pushes it out, but it looks like it should be good. They're going to hold it straight. Can't really see what's going on with everybody in the way here. Is it going to makes it by that guard? And a very nice shot. Very, very nice shot. Kessler now gonna play that little bump again. Very nice shot there from Team Clark. Nice sweeping, nice call. Nice throw as well. Kessler coming here with back 4 weight for a little bump on that red. Hopefully bump it either straight back or a little back left and stay buried behind that group of 3 up top that you can see. Kessler with his first stone out of the hand. It's a little wide, so Max is going to get on it. They're thinking maybe a little light. No, it's not light, but it's actually heavy. Max has got to get that one over. At least get it out of the way. They just bump it a bit. Bump it underneath cover a little bit more. Clark now calling for one. Put it right on top of that one so that it's really, really hard to get both of them out. If they do that, it's almost impossible for Kessler to tuck one in, especially with Clark having last rock. Then they'll be sitting 2. Clark will be. And 2 for the win for Clark. 1 for the tie. Steele gives Bachek the win. This is really light out of the hand. Both guys are on it. Trying to keep it straight. Actually, just one guy straight. Can't really see what's going on. It's going to come in and it's going to be short of the rings. Actually, maybe short of the rings or just touching. Kessler now.
Yeah.
Timeout. Bachek. I think maybe Dawn's going to say, why don't you come in the other way? There's a little bit more room. Yeah. Go to back 4 weight again here. Trying to come the other side. No one's played this way for a long time. They just need to... There's a couple options here. You either get in there tight enough that they can't score 2, or you bump it far enough that they can't and bury it, that Clark has a hard time getting to you, or you bump it just a little bit to count but leave it in play so you have some backing. He was tight, pushed it outside. Dylan's plowing. Oh, this one's tight. He's on the guard. It picked or something. They're looking at it. So timeout Clark here. There is, he needs to be just about touching the 4 foot for the win. Open draw. Kessler taking a deep breath here off camera. But nothing you can do when they pick. It happens, just sucks that it happens on your final rock in the final end. This one's looking really good. A little bit of a sweep. Now they're trying to get it in there. They do have some backing. This one's going to be shorter, but it's in. And they got the backing for the win. That's it, folks. We're back on tomorrow again at 1 o'clock. Join us.